Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kevin Ayers, and I'm starting this video series based on some experience I've had recently, multiple times. I appreciate you joining me as I look outside. It's a dreary, overcast, misty Oklahoma day. The fall leaves are on the ground. I've got this window blocked so the light doesn't shine through and mess up the video. I'm here today to start a conversation about unemployment. I don't know if this has ever happened to you. Surely you know somebody at this point in your life that maybe has gone through something like this. If not, it could help prepare you for if it ever happens to you. Sometimes you know that it's going to happen, sometimes you don't. So I have a list of things that I've written down. I like to journal and take notes and compile them later. And it started growing to the point where I thought that I could start writing about it. And this is my initial trying to put some of the stuff together just by talking it through. So I hope that you continue to join me. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, you can leave it down in the comments section. Send me a text message if you really know me. Send me an email. I will try to get back to you or compile them and address them on future shows. So I came across a quote that somebody had told me once. I didn't hear it whenever it was said or if it was talked about in the media. But Mike Tyson said, "Everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face." And that's kind of what this has felt like at times. So just talking about some of the topics that hopefully I can take, each segment and put them into a video. I've got hopefully plenty of experience and I can comment. And if you want to add to it, feel free. Talking about getting a college degree and that it will open doors for you that weren't open before. That's something I could talk about quite a bit. The wearisome and grinding silence from either getting a no response, an email that has a response but you can't reach out to talk to anybody because it says replies will not be responded to. I'm sure you've seen that on other types of emails. I actually got a written rejection letter from a company. I thought that was pretty classy, and that's the reason why I wanted to work there in the first place. So that kind of let me know that I will try again in the future. I was impressed that they took the time to actually write a letter and sign it and thanking me for my consideration. Oh, let's see, the seemingly endless waiting between phone calls. Speaking of phone calls, how about when you put your name and information on some of these job sites? It's mined and you start getting spam phone calls. That'll tug at you here and there because you think, oh, it's a phone call? This is a potential job opportunity. Hey, hello, this is Kevin Ayers. How can I help you? And it's an automated, the IRS reaching out to me because I'm going to jail if I don't respond and give them my Visa PIN number and all my card numbers and all the information to my life. Sorry, I'm not going to do that. Let's see, and then they use your information. They fill your inbox with spam. Love it. It can get discouraging at times whenever you have that little glimmer of hope here and there, and then over the long haul, it kind of trickles down, starts weighing on you, and you're just like, oh. Sometimes it seems like being unemployed multiple times for me, more than that for other people I've heard and talked to, is that it's an experience only for the initiated. I hesitate to say that because you can see and interact with somebody from the outside. You can kind of feel that pain. And I don't ever want to diminish or discount any of the things that other people go through. But if you've gone through it, you have some sort of insight into their lives. Being utterly unprepared at times, just for life, after you're unemployed. Struggling with worry and doubt along the way. Well, we could talk about that for quite a while. The scarcity of encouragement. You kind of don't want to tell people what you're going through because it's humbling, and being humbled is also humiliating. And then when people do find out, they have sometimes embarrassing platitudes. They're very well-meaning. It's like if somebody's going through cancer. I've never had cancer, and you want to say something. And I'm not equating being unemployed with cancer, so please don't consider that what I'm trying to make an equivalency here of. But, well-meaning people have certain cliches, or if they have certain religious beliefs, they'll tell you something which is true, and at times it's helpful, sometimes not so much. Everything gets challenged along the way. You can be pretty well on a way to a decent career in a certain industry, and then you're no longer in that industry. So all your experience, you're reading job descriptions that, hey, this is exactly what I did with company X, and now I'm applying for company Y, but I don't have any experience in industry Y. So yeah, that job's shut out, maybe. Uh, Chronic restlessness. You've got to keep a pattern going, a rhythm going. You have to wake up in the morning. You have to eat your 3 meals a day. You have to do what you do in life. You can't stop living. And one recommendation I would like to talk about, because I was on unemployment once and then got a job, is that the transition back to the work environment was made so much easier when I kept a consistent schedule. So wake up at 7, go to bed at 9, or some variation thereof, and keep your life going as if you had a job, even though you don't. Oh, the illusion of it being a vacation. Oh, it must be nice. No, it can be. Some parts are, some parts aren't. So, but for the most part, you'd like to be working, making some money. It starts to strip away all the comforts when you don't have the money. There's certain things that you can't do. Um, and it really exposes false assurances of, for what they really are. You were thinking, oh, I can rely on this, and this is going to help get me through, but no. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's helpful. And you kind of wean off the culture of affluence. I have been reading a little bit about minimalism, some podcasts, some books. Um, it can feel like a forced minimalism. I ate lunch today after an interview, which, wearing my suit and tie, kind of a little dressed down. Had to loosen that up a little bit. Um, I hadn't eaten out in a long time if it wasn't an event with family. So I decided on the way home, it was getting late in the afternoon, and had a really good interview. And it lasted quite a while, and the tour and everything went great. I think that it's possibly going to work out, and excited for that. But man, I got hungry, and I was like, I could take the next 40 minutes and drive home, or I can just get my lunch here at 2 o'clock. So I ate out. Don't have a lot of money left, but that's what I did. It removes a lot of the forms of security. I might edit that out. Maybe not. Let's keep it real. Yeah, I said that. That's for some of my friends out there. Let's see. And the last but not least, I should have more as we go along. I'm going to try to expand on all these subjects, but really when it comes down to it and you're unemployed, you should work, and only the ground should be beneath you. And what I mean by that is it's humbling, it's humiliating, but guess what? There are ways to make money out there if you can find it. And I'll give some examples of what I've done in the past to survive the first and hopefully the second time. So that is all for now. We'll kind of use that as a springboard to other conversations. Hopefully I can expand on these topics. I kind of skipped over some of them, because if I had addressed them, I would have to have addressed them in greater detail. So when this gets posted, feel free to speak your mind in the comments section down below. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, do what you got to do, and I hope to see you next time. Take care, everybody.